long does it take to build business credit? I get this question a lot, and in this training, I'm gonna show you how to radically condense the process from the 2 or 3 years it may take a typical business owner to get it done in only 4 to 6 months. Look, we've got a lot to cover. I'm gonna give you the exact recipe to success. Let's dive in. Do you feel stuck building your business credit, or have you just heard rumors that it takes a really long time to do? Look, here's the deal. I see people take many years to get minimal results when building business credit because they're doing it the wrong way. And that's exactly what I'm gonna help you avoid in this training. So first thing is, how long does it really take to build business credit? Well, the real answer is there's no end to building business credit. It's the same as your consumer credit. You're never going to get to a point where you're done building your consumer credit. You're going to continue to use it to get more and more financing as you go through your life. Your business is exactly the same way. There's no end where you ever stop building business credit, because the more loans, the more credit lines, the more business credit cards that you get, the bigger that business credit profile is going to be. The deeper that profile is going to be, the more established it's going to be as well. So there's no end to this process, but there kind of is an end to get to the final tier of building business credit. Those of us that are really experts in building business credit, we've helped like 50,000 business owners through this process, know that we classify it as tiers. There are different tiers of credit you can get as you navigate through the process. And the final tier is when you're able to get computer leases through Apple, HP, and Dell. At this point, you've gotten gas cards at most major fuel stations. You've got credit cards at almost every major retailer along the way. So you're getting Nordstrom and Macy's and Sam's Club and Costco and Office Depot, and you get the idea. Almost every major retailer offers this kind of business credit. You're also getting auto financing, and you're getting Visa card and MasterCard. That's the end. If you've done business credit the right way, you're able to get all of that by the time you get to the final tier. Now, if you follow the tips I'm going to give you, and I'm going to give you a way to really expedite this, then you get this done in about 4 to 6 total months. But if you're doing this on your own, it easily can take you 2.5 to 3 years. So why would it take you 2.5 to 3 years? Well, I'll tell you some of the biggest roadblocks you're going to deal with right now, so you know exactly what to avoid. First of all, most people are applying for credit in the wrong order, and they're applying for credit they just can't qualify for. So what I mean by that is you can't go get a Visa card, a MasterCard, auto financing through Ally Bank if you don't have your business credit established. You can't go get a fuel card at a fuel station if you don't have like 5 or more accounts on your business credit report if you want to avoid personal guarantees. You're not going to go get a credit card with Apple, Dell, with Office Depot in the very beginning part of the process. There are steps you want to take. We call these tiers, and tiers map out exactly the credit you should apply for to move to the next tier. So an example is, if you want to start building business credit, then you want to use starter vendors. These are vendors that will approve you when you have no credit, and they report the credit to the reporting agencies. Some of these are Granger and Uline, for example. If you apply for those in the beginning, even if you have no business credit established, you're going to get approved. But if you go try to apply for an Office Depot credit card, or apply for a Visa card or auto financing in the very beginning when no credit's established, you're going to get denied. And then what happens is these denials cause this major delay in the actual process. So the first way to avoid delays is know the exact tiers of credit to apply for. Once you know the tiers of credit to apply for, then you're actually able to come in, you're able to get approved, stop getting denials, which cause the majority of these delays. Another reason we see major delays in business credit building is your fundability isn't set up the right way. Look, especially when you start building your business credit from the beginning, it needs to look like your business is separate from you. You need to not be a sole proprietor. Your business needs to have its own address, its own phone number, its own bank account. You need to have a website and an email address separate for the business. If you could get a license for the business, for example, that's what you want to do as well. So you really want to set yourself up separate from the business. And when you do this, now the business can stand on its own, and now the business can start building its own business credit profile. Look, we've helped 50,000 business owners through this process, and the very first place we start is with what we call fundability and a fundable foundation. We set up the business where it looks super credible to credit issuers that it's really easy to start transitioning into tier 1 starter vendors to start getting approved and navigate through the additional tiers to get to the very end within 4 to 6 months. The next thing you want to do to succeed is you want to make sure you're only applying for credit you want to get. Now that we know that applying for credit we're going to get denied and not having our business set up where it's credible are the reasons that cause these delays, we want to obviously set up the business where it's credible. We want to set up that fundable foundation. But the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're only ever applying for credit we know we're going to get. And the easiest way to do this is to, I follow a guru like me. Okay, we got to be careful of who we follow because a lot of people out there have done it just for their business or maybe 1 or 2 or 3 clients. And the problem with that is helping 50,000 business owners through this process, it's different for every business because every business is different. So you want to work with somebody that's helped tens of thousands of business owners through this process because they can give you an actual proven path to help you expedite and get results. Look, for example, with our clients, they navigate tiers every month because a month is how long it takes to build business credit. What I mean by that is if I go get an account with Office Depot, I get an account, I use it to buy stuff, I pay my bill, 30 days later, that account is going to report to the business credit reporting agencies. But here's the problem. There's sources out in this world like Quill that also sell office supplies that oftentimes take up to 3 months to report the credit they give you. If you don't know that, you're going to Quill to actually start building business credit, and it takes you 3 months to get that account reported, whereas Office Depot just reports it in a month. So these are things where having an expert help you through the process can definitely expedite the time frame because you're only applying for credit you know you're going to get, so you don't get delayed with denials, and you're applying for credit that's going to report more quickly. Now, every month, you're able to navigate to a new tier. You go to tier 1, you get starter vendors. In a month, those report, and that gives you the first tier of credit you need to move to tier 2. Now you move on to revolving store credit cards. You get those, you use them, you pay the bill. You're getting approved for credit that reports a month later. Now a month later, all that shows on your business credit report. Now you're moving to the next tier. Now in the next tier, you're getting fuel cards. You're getting cards to repair and maintain vehicles. You're starting to get financing for computer leases with Apple, Dell, HP. You get it, you use the credit, it reports. A month later, you move on to the next tier. Then you're really to a point where you're able to get auto financing, Visa card, MasterCard, universal type credit in that final tier. So it really should happen this way. And it really should be that smooth. But it only happens that way, and it only happens that smooth if you know the right tiers of credit to apply for. Now, I wish I could sit here and tell you, here's all the credit to apply for in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, but that is the problem. What causes the delays is this information changes all the time. A year and a half ago, I would have told you Quill was one of the best sources to use to start building business credit. Now we put them in tier 3. We don't even really recommend them to our client because of the delay it takes for them to report and the criteria it now takes to get approved. We see people that are applying for credit that doesn't even report to the business credit reporting agencies anymore, okay? So for example, Wex Fleet just stopped providing no personal guarantee accounts. Most people don't even realize that. They're still applying for this credit, expecting it to report on their business credit reports, and it never even is going to report. So having access to quality information in real time is important, and it changes all the time. So even if you're watching a video that's a month or a year old on YouTube or listening to a novice where they did it for 1 or 2 or 3 people, that information's probably already outdated. So make sure you've liked and subscribed to Credit Suite. We give you the most up-to-date information that will help you cut that learning curve and expedite your actual results. You also need to make sure that you're monitoring your business credit. Look, this can cost up to $250 a month if you get credit reports right from the bureaus. This is why a lot of business owners try to build business credit without it, but you can't. In order to navigate from tier to tier through the process, it's all based on how many accounts you have on your business credit reports. So for example, if I have like 5 payment experiences from starter vendors, then I can move on to revolving store credit cards. But how do I know that I have 5 payment experiences reporting? Well, I only know that if I can access Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet business credit reports. I almost said TransUnion there. They're not even in the business credit world. So we've actually got to get D&B, Equifax, and Experian commercial credit reports. And you can get this at creditsuite.com/monitoring. At creditsuite.com/monitoring, it literally is the cheapest business credit report you're going to find anywhere in the world. It's $24 to access your reports with all 3 major reporting agencies. So make sure you get your business credit monitoring so you can watch yourself actually going through the process by seeing those accounts appear on your business credit reports. And finally, if you really want to streamline this process, then take the same steps our clients have. Get a finance assessment right now. If you go to creditsuite.com/console, or if you give us a call at 877-600-2487, all of that information, of which is in the description to this training, then we will give you a free finance assessment. We'll talk to you about building your fundable foundation the right way so you get approved, not denied. We'll talk about tips and tactics to build your business credit. If you have some established, we'll even get your business credit reports for free, review those with you, and give you the tips you need to expedite your results. And we'll even tell you about all the financing you're able to qualify for right now. It all happens with that free finance assessment, and we can talk to you about working with our team to expedite your process. Look, we have technology we've literally invested millions of dollars in, and we have coaches that hold your hand and walk you through the entire process. And that's how our clients get this done in 4 to 6 months versus 2.5 to 3 years. Do you have that much time? Do you really have 2 years to waste getting money that you could get 4 months from now, but yet you're going to wait 2.5 years to get it? The other interesting thing about this is it's actually cheaper to work with us than do it on your own. Things like setting up your D&B credit profile, getting your DUNS number that D&B will charge you thousands of dollars for, helping you save 90% on credit monitoring, getting things like setting up your 411 and your fundability that we help you with at no cost, that cost you hundreds if not thousands of dollars on your own, is all part of our process. So it's actually cheaper to work with our team. You're working with our tech and our actual coaches to expedite your results and help you avoid mistakes before you make them. And this is what gets you the fastest results. Look, I just went through one of the coolest trainings I've ever went through. It's from an ex-CIA agent. And what they wanted to do is they actually were teaching me CIA tactics to learn to shoot a gun. I don't know if you're into guns or not. I've never really been a shooter. But the whole idea was I would go from being a complete novice to a complete expert by the end of the first day. That's a really big promise. And guess what? By the end of the first day, they were right. I was able to not just shoot accurately, but I was able to do it in and out of a vehicle while other people were actually shooting at me while I'm on the move. How am I able to do it? Well, I learned a little known CIA tactic that helps them get the result. And what the tactic is they have somebody right beside you to correct in real time what you're doing wrong. You see, normally we make mistakes and nobody corrects us, and we continue to make mistakes and we learn a little. And we level off, then we learn a little, and then we go like this, and then we learn a little, and then we go like this. But the way the CIA and the Special Forces train, their learning curve is almost like this. It's not hockey stick straight up, but is very rapid. And the way they do it is by having somebody right beside you to tell you what you're doing in real time, help you avoid mistakes, and when you make mistakes, make an immediate correction. That's exactly what our team does for you at Credit Suite. We use our technology to navigate through the exact steps and tiers of building business credit. Then we put a coach right beside you to hold your hand and walk you through the process to help you avoid mistakes, and if you make one, to help you quickly get back on track. And this is how our clients get this done in 4 to 6 months versus 2.5 to 3 years. So if you're looking to cut years off the process, make sure you get the free finance assessment. We'd love to talk to you more. Again, it's in the link to this description of this training. Did you get value from this training? If so, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.